Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, my angels of love and light, and my divine panel, to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. So today I'm working without hair product, and so it has these little cowlicks happening, and I had a semi interview. Yeah, a semi interview this morning, which shall be carried over to next week. So I'm pretty excited about that because I have a shiz ton of experience in that realm, and it's definitely leveling up from what I have been doing for the past few years. So it's very kind of niche, in its own way. It's not pertaining to what I'm doing here, but what I'm doing here will be helpful because just practicing discipline and with intuition is very abundant in its giving. So I had to change out of like my little coat thing, and I thought, like, let's do a little business casual. Let's do a business casual, and this is what I resorted to. I was able to do the pants. It is not very comfortable at this time, but let me just show you. You see how tight these puppies are? Ugh. So I just thought I'd give it a whirl, a spin, but like, like it's just a little too tight in the back. I'm not gonna show you the full bum, but let's see how it feels. And like, I can gauge as to whether or not it's going to fly based on how the fabric feels. Right now it's gripping my skin, and the texture doesn't feel too good. So even with a little bit more wiggle room, like up here, like the way it feels is, it's important to feel comfortable. This shirt thing is good. But okay, some pointers of for closures to finalize this weekend. On the prefix, I got these two accentuated, which is the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords accentuated. This is telling me this is an investment to say, like, I know what's up. I have the ability to call the shots and provide my inputs. They are solid even as a page. I know I'm good. I have good attributes, and so this is about sticking it, like throwing something and then it sticks to the wall. It's kind of like that. We're not playing dodgeball where we're going to have to hit it over and over and over. This is something that will just stick to it. All right. So that was the prefix. And then followed up, the main header cards on the recipient side is Nine of Cups. On the doing side, manifestation is Four of Wands. So this is basically just achieving happiness on the home front. This is an elevated view of, let's say, when you're a child and you have your box of crayons, you draw your first picture, your traditional one of a house, your home, which is like with a family, but this is like the baseline of it, the setup of it before any characters emerge. And so you have the house, and then you have the big tree, and everything is just happy and abundant. Sun is shining, so it's very much just like that. This is the intent to result in those inputs. So the inquiry that we intend to answer is pointers, just receiving pointers for closure to finalize this weekend. We're not going to let it linger on. Okay. So I was a little tiny bit stressed about this particular interview because it was a reschedule, and I think I don't know. It wasn't my traditional means of feeling anxiety, but I think it was more about anticipation. Like, I'm ready to hop on the horse and go. I'm ready to create a means to the end. And however that's supposed to look, I'm ready to try that out. And so I didn't get as much sleep as I'd like because I do have competing interests. And so it's almost like if I have the opportunity, I know I'm going to get this one. There's just a very, very high likelihood because of my experience. And and so I just wanted to tidy up my plate and do as many things as possible before, you know, jumping into it. But yet again, I don't control everything. I just know that I am, based on the things that I've done so far, I'm up to that point where it's nearing like something's about to happen. And while everything is really meant to be a surprise and exciting in this field, things can change instantaneously. So something better can come along, but I have to at least create a realm of happiness and sustenance, not always having to wonder if I'm going to be okay, if we're going to be okay for the next few months. Like, I am absolutely grateful for the things that are on its way and the fallbacks, the safety nets. Um, but at the age range that I'm at, that doesn't feel quite good enough. It feels like I'm just lucky to be able to receive um, certain allowances at this time, given my situation. So, all right, pointers. Let's get some pointers. Pointers for closure to finalize this weekend. What do you want to tell me? Now, obviously, the weather has changed quite a bit. I'm not sweating. The fan is not on. I actually had to turn off my window fan so that it wouldn't get too cold, and my temperature wouldn't have to overcompensate for the coldness, and then I would get sweaty and etc. So this is, I feel like everything feels even keeled now, but I do sense some very unstable energies trying to start some shiz. And I know a part of my reaction is not to have one. And that the universe will balance out accordingly. But in the ethers, I am receiving multiple threats by, a particular group that I had left behind. And like, we have unfinished business, and this is not over yet. And just like things revolving around my kids. And so I'm not going to give that any energy, but my point in conveying it is to just basically handwrite the receipt. Yeah, that's as a baseline. In case that's missed, I'm going to write the receipt up for it and write the ticket up so it can be handled properly. And all the more reason to seek successful closure. Pointers for successful closure. Okay. finalizing this weekend. What do you want to say? My divine panel. Like, it's been a long time since I had to unfollow someone that I had subscribed to. And it's not somebody that I personally know, but I had to do it based on the energetics that were carried through and channeled to that particular artist. And so, you know, you do what's best for you. I can't have that energy lingering in my atmosphere, you know? If there's any hate mail, just return to sender. That's basically it, you know? I don't need any exposure to that. So I'm creating space for others that are more stable, for sure. All right, my divine panel, what do you want to say? Some pointers for successful closure. To finalize this weekend. Holy smokes. Patience, I suppose. That's one. Death in reverse. So things will be transformed for sure. There's going to be a turnaround from this week to next week. We're not just trying to salvage, okay, chapter closed for this week. The weeks are rolling by really quickly. So it's not just due diligence and closure of this chapter and just keeping tabs on like the tally marks of weeks that roll by. This is an actual manifestation where we're going to see the values set into place. All the inputs that have been all of the inputs that have been dropped in will show up accordingly. So I think things are organically happening, like decomposition, fertilization, yeah, I think that's just really happening. See, like, these things on my neck, oh my gosh. I have learned to accept, there's a time and place for everything. And Magick has its own way of setting its foot down. So the chaos magic that is organically happening is so profound on a granular level. So one small change can make a huge difference. So this thing does not allow me, you know, to safely care for it while wearing necklaces. So one of them is kind of like just charging up, and the other is around my wrist. And this is the true recipient side. And this basically, the movement from here just to mainly cover my crown chakra, like the upper chakras, is now moved to my absolute receptive side. This is still a manifestation hand. Like both are still considered tools for manifestation. However, this is basically the antenna for all routes. And so since this is the main line, I'm just about fully protected. So there are things like that, you know, I don't gripe about when I have to change things up in my avenue. So what do we want to say about that? I think that's it for that. Like, I did not think that I was going to be able to wear these pants. Like, seriously, I'm going to take a good look at them. But I think it, like, it's just, it doesn't fit right for my body. Even, like, I know it's just a tee. It's just tad too tight. But I just wanted to see, can I zip it up? Can I button it up? And I could not do that yesterday or the day before whenever I wore those pants. Like, oh my god. There's no stretch to them, you know what I mean? Like, you can see. You know, like it doesn't complement. But like I feel a little bit of itchiness in them because it's so tight. It would probably be okay if they had a little bit of stretch to them, but they don't. They don't. So we'll see. I'd have to slim down like 1.5 inches on my waist in order for it to kind of like relax around my thighs a bit. I feel like it would just have to just like one size smaller, and I don't know. I have other clothes, so yeah. But I think I need to start going a little like business casual as the weather permits. Just to root through my wardrobe, like what actually feels comfortable, like what's realistic. And again, housekeeping, blah, blah, blah. But it's all relevant. And I feel like I'm doing a much better job than I ever have before. So that's swell. All right. Okay. 3 of Pentacles in reverse and Knight of Wands in reverse. Why did I get it like that? What fell down here? Queen of Cups. I'm not exactly sure what this is about because it does feel like, okay, so rooting back to the question or the proposal to answer, pointers on successful closure to finalize this weekend. So this is definitely feeling things out, and but it's being flexible with how you nurture things. Okay. So in that, we're talking about love languages, how you speak, how you communicate with others, even if that's a certain project. So it might not be from person to person or person to group or group to group, but it could be relating to any sort of endeavor. Your attitude expressed through your approach. So with that, the 3 of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is, again, being a player, just kind of like lighthearted, not super committed in its way of, it's just being objective, aloof. Like, this is just a task. We're not like saving lives here. We're not doing any like open heart surgery here, okay? This is a task. This is life, just one of the many. And so it's asserting your magic in its dissolution, like the Salt Bay. Like the finishing touches, there we are. That's what it is. All right, anything else that you want to convey? Pointers for successful closure to finalize this weekend. And this is good because if something carries over to the following week and your true assessment, just looking at the just a higher level view, indicates that something is occurring past its welcome window. Then you have to modify your gestures accordingly. So, I think that's what we're looking at here. It's not taking yourself super duper seriously on this run. It's just knowing that things are going to happen the way they're supposed to happen. So as far as closure, I don't think that they want me to be all thugged out on this one. I think they want me to go a little Martha Stewart slash Marie Kondo at this. I think they want me to be amicable and lighthearted and just warm in my approach, because that's my most organic factor in just wrapping things up. And because of that, things are expedited. If not also amplified in its results. So I have that going for me. Okay. Anything else you want to say? My divine panel. Two of Wands in reverse, and then the Ten of Wands in reverse. So it's releasing burdens, but knowing that there's also like some to be determines in it. Let's say Ten of Wands in reverse. I think some successful, some pointers for successful closure is just knowing how much was already accomplished, and so when, let's say, you're doing customer service, it's not just the prefix or the duration of the transaction, but also the follow-up. So that's where the to be determines fall into place. So I think that's it for now. I think I just need to carry through and move forward. Top of the deck is Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck is Five of Cups in reverse. So it's proper goodbyes, proper closure. And I don't know why there's Three of Swords up here. Let me see what's right behind that. The Emperor in reverse. So I'm not gonna lie, any other intuitive artist, aka psychic, is going to say that this is a really foul person who abuses their power, and this is just like they can't get enough. Like it's 24/7 harm. However, I know how much power I hold in my connection with Spirit. Last I heard, Spirit has been telling me, like, right by them. Like, I may be very well just sitting on Spirit's lap. Just very close by. Undercover, staying quiet until requesting advice, consult, etc. Support. So let me just get a verification right behind that. The Hermit card, yeah, definitely. That's Spirit ready to throw down if needed, as needed. That's insane, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Okay, I'll get one more on there. I'm just like super curious now. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah. So my destiny is already on a rollout. I don't need to stress about um, the closure itself because it's already happening. Um, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Um, so all the more reason to accentuate home and hearth in everywhere I go, in every endeavor I assert myself in, any place that I observe. Um, so whether I take an active role or more of a passive receptive one, um, it's it's all 24/7 home and hearth, home and hearth, home and hearth, and that's just good energetics to pass around. So in that role, that is definitely um, an influencer in the ethers, and a profound one at that, because it's not like, let me do this for you. Like it's not. It's humble in that route, and there's a lot of learnings there through other case studies, comprehensive, and solo. So that's where Spirit wants me to be on that. Okay, so what are my 3 takeaways? Justice in reverse. I want to see what was behind Justice in reverse. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is highly abundant. So, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so what's my second takeaway? Knight of Pentacles. It's being delivered, but what was behind the Knight of Pentacles? 7 of Cups. A very prominent, auspicious choice made. And my third takeaway. 8 of Cups. It's stepping away from all of like the noise, basically. And what was behind that? 6 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so it's leading into victory again. Spirit does not disappoint. Thank you very much for all donations of and in light and love that reciprocate equally, if not abundantly, in its light and love factor. And now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength from those that carry, bear, cast, call upon, or any variation thereof, ill will, intent, and or entities, to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit and Archangel Michael's blue flame for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to light and love energy, and then to be refortified in me, only me, hassle-free, no doubt, no attachments, except for all bonus points included. Ding, 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 ding. Thanks so much. And now that this reading is officially over, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading.